Hello, my wonderful friends. It's time for another story. I hope you're ready. I say that every time. I need a catchphrase. No, I don't. No, I really don't. Let's read a story. Hunterbeard, the Chadslayer, by Reddit user Snickskate. I like your name. It's hard to pronounce, but I like it anyway. Hey, Moonhorse. Hello. New fan of your channel here. Well, welcome to this madness. I found out about you thanks to a friend of mine who convinced me to share my story here. Just to get this out of the way, I'm from Germany, so forgive me for any spelling or grammar mistakes I make. Alright, let's begin. This is the story of Hunterbeard, the very gentle sir I met online on Monster Hunter World, who started flirting with me on in-game chat. So, let's talk about the characters of this tale. Myself, 20-year-old dude, bit of a loner due to mental health issues and social anxiety, bisexual and pretty open about it. It will come up in the story before you ask. I have a habit of making female characters in video games because most of the male ones, they kind of look like shit. JT, my best friend, and my only friend. He does play a lot of games with me and lives near my city, so sometimes we hang out together. He likes motorcycles and Viking-related stuff. Kind of looks like Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy, hence the name. Overall, pretty cool guy. Hunterbeard. I've never met him in person, so I really don't know what he looks like, but I imagine him to be a mixture of Jabba the Hutt and Chewbacca, wearing a fedora and sitting on his throne of Mountain Dew bottles. You'll hear more of him during the events that took place. So the story happened a few weeks ago. JT and I were playing Monster Hunter World together, and we're trying to max out our gear for an upcoming DLC. Oh, this is where we meet him. Sorry for the Monster Hunter World buzzwords coming up. It's fine, I probably won't understand most of them. It was during a mission where we did use an emergency signal to let players from other servers join our party. It's not uncommon to do this, especially when hunting arch-tempered monsters to fill up your party. Not soon after we used it, we get 2 more players to join us. Party max is 4. An ice player using a hunting horn, which hard to use that one, but the best support weapon in the game, and a guy with dual blades. The hunt went pretty well, and with the help of our entire team, we took down this giant thing in no time. At the end of each hunt, there's a timer about 60 seconds before everyone gets teleported back to their servers, which is usually used to goof off and spam the in-game chat with stickers. Not the dual blade guy. He moves his character towards mine and just stood there in front of me. Now, as I said, in the character descriptions, I tend to make female characters, and I give them female names if possible. And this one is a name that I took from a book I read. The timer runs out, and we get teleported to our servers. JT tells me that he wants to call it a day since he has to go to work the next morning and logs off. This is where I noticed a message I got. I opened the menu to look and see that someone sent me his guild card. It's basically a friend's request. Someone sends their card, you send theirs back in return if you want to accept. You know. I think nothing of it and accept it. And I see that it's the dual blade guy who joined the server I'm on. His avatar approaches mine, and that's when I first really noticed the name of his character. How should I put this? He had the name Kirito, and if that alone wasn't enough, he tried to make his character look like Kirito from the anime. I shit you not. Black hair, black coat, dual blades. All of this point, it was getting really clear that this guy's a major weeb. He asked me via chat if we could sit down at one of the tables in the game. I agree, since I don't really think that's unusual. Most people have a sit down at the tables when they're AFK for a few minutes. Oh, but not him. See, he wanted to start a conversation. I went along these lines. Crazy hunt, wasn't it? Yeah. Those arch-tempered monsters are very hard to slay, but I gotta say, you impressed me. Thanks, I guess. So you always just hunt alone like me? Sometimes, but I usually play with my friend. He's the great sword guy in the last run. Well, I don't like great swords, they're so slow. I think speed is far superior to other combat styles, why I use dual blades. I mean, to each their own, I guess. So is that guy your boyfriend? What? Is he your boyfriend? No, he's just my friend. Why? Yeah, no, I probably shouldn't have asked that. Oh, 'cause I'm still looking for my Asuna, and I gotta say, you're very beautiful. After this text, he sends me a heart sticker. I mean, my character did look good, I put a lot of time into creation, but I did not expect that. Don't worry, what will follow made me cringe so hard, like never before. So do you want to be my Asuna? We could always party together, go hunting, or enjoy some alone time. Winky face. Yeah, he types out the winky face. And it dawned on me then that he wanted to start role-playing via game chat. Dude, I'm a guy. No, you're not. You have a female character and a female name. Don't lie to me, Asuna. Maybe we could have a Yui together. Found out that this Yui was kind of like the child of these characters. No, dude, I'm serious. I'm a guy. Oh, you have a female character? Are you gay or something? It's not really any of your business. So you're into dicks? I could work with that. I just didn't reply after that. I just logged off since this is weirding me right the fuck out. He sent a friend request to my Steam profile after that, but I ignored it. I told my buddy about this the next day, and he's laughing his ass off and told me that we should invite HB for another session of Monster Hunter. He also told me to post this story at this subreddit, so credits to him. I might post the story of what happened when we got to play with him again if you enjoyed this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did I ever enjoy this? First off, I just want to say, I'm probably going to say your name wrong again, Snickskate. Thank you so much for posting this, not just because you're new, but because I just spent like the last 3 hours reading really, really horrible stories that made me super angry. So having something wholesome and cringy and just kind of fucking weird and funny, that made tonight even better. Thank you for that. Secondly, yeah, this guy sounds like a creep. I definitely want to hear more. Like, if you have more stories, I really want to hear them. This was fucking funny. I can't believe this. Just because you have a female character. I mean, what the fuck, dude? I never understood that. I'm not gonna lie, I have several female characters, just because, you know, especially when you have, like, a game like, I assume Monster Hunter does this. A lot of, you know, MMO games do this. Not even MMO games, just like adventure games, like fucking Skyrim and shit. The style of outfits is different between male and female characters, and yeah, sometimes one style looks better than another. So yeah, I could totally understand why you want to make a different character to do a different thing. So also it's fucking role-playing and shit. Like, why wouldn't you want to play as something you're just completely not? I mean, it's an experience. It's kind of the whole point. But for this guy to just assume that you're, like, this totes hot chick who's gonna just fall on his dick is really fucking funny. Just because you played Monster Hunter together. Oh, boy. You know, I'm gonna give you a little story. Way back in the day, not really that far back, but, you know, a couple years back, I used to play Destiny when it first came out. Destiny got really fucking expensive, which is why I don't play Destiny anymore. But when I did play Destiny, I had a hunter character that I really maxed out and worked really hard on, and he was like a crazy robot dude. But for one Halloween event, they gave out these helmets. Like, you could buy these helmets, and they were basically just masks, and they didn't really have any kind of armor to them. They were just kind of little funny looking masks. Well, one of them was the Traveler, and in the game the Traveler is like this big moon thing that kind of orbits. It's like a celestial body. So the mask is just a big ass white ball that covers your entire head. It looks like an old style space helmet. And for the longest time, just because I thought it was really funny, I would paint my armor bright fucking white and blue, wear this ball helmet thing, and then just go ape shit on a bunch of fucking, like, monsters and shit in games, just killing things. And anytime I would help lower level players, I'd see somebody with a really low level who's just getting into it, and I would whittle the health down on a certain monster till they could, like, shoot it and gain all the experience points, because we're not in a party together, but you can still help other people out. Now, for a while there, they would do this thing that if you did that enough times, they would be like, oh, you must want to being in a fire team, which is kind of like a party. So they'll just connect you. And I don't know if they still do this, but for a bit there, they would do that with voice chat. Like if you're still wearing your headset or whatever, your voices are all connected. Now you can just talk to each other. I would play with some friends, and they would log off, and I had this little Bluetooth one-ear headset thing that I absolutely forget that I'm wearing. And I would just start listening to, like, podcasts and weird shit on my computer, which was, like, right next to my PS3. And there was, like, all kinds of... My favorite one's, like, the Kevin Smith's podcast, the Smodcast, and they say some unbelievable, insane, horrible shit just because it's really funny. And I'll never forget one time I'm trying to help out these guys, and this was maybe like 20 minutes after I finished with some friends, so I forget my headset's still in. I'm used to it being on my ear for like an hour. I don't really think about it, and it's just like, okay, shoot this, shoot that, do this, and it's like, fire team connected, and the first thing they hear is this loud audio of Kevin Smith asking Scott Mosier, Scott, what do you think it's like to fuck Bigfoot? And the fire team immediately disconnected. They didn't even say anything. But the reason for the weird costume is around that time there was an album Steam Powered Giraffe put out, the Vice Quadrant, and they came up with their own superhero who is Commander Cosmo, the super astronaut who saves the world. And that was my really stupid costume. I was Commander Cosmo, and I would just like run around and save people whenever fire teams joined up, and just like, oh, thanks for stealing, helping me with that thing and killing that guy. You're welcome, citizen. Commander Cosmo is always here to help. And then just log off. No explanation, just because it was funny. So I could totally understand making crazy characters and doing weird shit in game, because, I mean, why the fuck wouldn't you? It's just funny that way. That's a bunch of really roundabout shit, but also, I really would like to hear more of these stories if you have more. And on that note, thank you all for watching. If you're enjoying this, and I certainly hope you are, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's pretty funny and it fucks with YouTube. We should just keep doing it. Also, if you would please consider donating to Patreon or buying something from the merch shop. Or you can do both if you're like, super cool. Just saying. And also, there is a live stream every Saturday. If you just want to come hang out with me while I play stupid video games and talk about nonsense, you're totally welcome to do that. They're actually really fun to do. So I really hope you guys would want to do that. And one last also, I love you all. Almost had you going with that one. But I do. I really love you all. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful whatever time of day it is. And then some. Just have a wonderful everything. Have a wonderful life. Okay. Goodbye.